Welcome to the Fredericksburg Center for the Creative Arts, November 2020 Artist Choice Exhibit. I'm Carol Morgan, the curator of the Frederick Gallery. And this year, you know, we're moving cautiously through the pandemic. We've changed from our first Friday receptions to videotaping. Thanks to David Kennedy and his videotaping skills, we're able to bring you these videotapes on our website and our social media through YouTube. This month's Artist Choice Exhibit provides artists with the opportunity to present their artwork without being bothered about fitting into a theme. However, that makes it very difficult for a juror to put together a cohesive and attractive art show without a theme. And this time we are very fortunate to have a well-qualified juror, able with his experience and expertise, to have selected this wonderful exhibit for us. Ashe Laughlin, our juror, is an art educator and artist who lives in Rapidan, Virginia. He has taught in university settings for over 20 years. Prior to his appointment as visiting assistant professor of painting and drawing at the University of Mary Washington, he served as adjunct and then senior lecturer of art at Texas State University, where he taught drawing, painting, and design courses. Since moving to Virginia, he has taught at Virginia Commonwealth University and the University of Mary Washington. Ashe received an MFA from the School of Visual Arts in New York and a BA in Studio Art from the University of Texas at Austin. Ashe's work is focused on painting in oil and acrylic and drawing in conventional media, as well as mixed media, paint pen on multiple layers of plexiglass. So we'll be looking for your work, Ashe. His work has been exhibited throughout the United States, and he's currently included in a group exhibition titled Ransom 2 at the Wayfarers BK Gallery in Brooklyn, New York. Ashe currently serves as a member of the Board of Directors of the Arts Center of Orange, Virginia. We welcome Ashe as our juror for this exhibit. Ashe?
Thank you very much, Carol. This is a terrific show to have juried. I appreciate this opportunity. A tremendously wide range of work to juror, and it was extraordinarily challenging. I enjoyed picking these pieces, but I must say it was a difficult choice in the end. I also want to thank the staff here at Fredericksburg Center for Creative Arts who made this very easy for me in terms of viewing the work and helping me to organize my overall thoughts. So thank you very much. So first place is Attachment, and it's a photograph by Chris McClintock of King George, Virginia. I just found this photograph to be very enigmatic. It's abstract on one hand and very figurative and literal in another. You see the lily pad, the large lily pad here, and this one that's sort of disintegrating. It becomes totally abstract when you're on it, and when you stand back from it, I think it's much clearer, much easier to see. There's something really interesting about the play between abstraction in this and figuration. It sort of reads as a thing that you might recognize, the water lily, and on second glance it just sort of falls apart and becomes an abstraction. This really close detail here with these little spikes coming out compared to this sort of luscious leaf of the flower just creates a real dynamic tension and displays the real beauty of this piece. So, very fine work. And in second place is Trying to Blend In, acrylic by Stephanie Athanasaw of Fredericksburg. This piece is just quite lovely and humorous, and in this day and age I really enjoy humor and work. I really love this idea of the yellow fire hydrant blending in with the flowers there. What is it trying to do? Make itself invisible to dogs? Or is it just a real study in yellows and greens? I really like this kind of Albrecht Dürer quality and some of the smaller areas here. There's tremendous attention to detail in this area and this area here, and very terrific brushwork and a very good sense of space and depth in this piece. And again, I just really enjoy the humor of it and the sort of lighthearted nature of the work. And third place is Ravages of Time, woodcraft by Steve Schwartz, Fredericksburg. This really exquisite turning of this bowl just really impressed me. I mean, around the sides there are other fissures in the wood, and it's just amazing that the turning even took place, considering the damage to the wood from the burl. It reminds me of an Egyptian canopic jar, the jars that were meant to hold organs of the deceased. It has just this sense of in and out, that is that it is a jar that should be able to hold something, but at the same time with these holes, these fissures that obviously can't hold anything. And so that dichotomy I find very interesting when you're dealing with a structure like this. Again, just really terrific woodworking here and an exquisite object. And honorable mention is Abandoned Prairie Church, a photograph by Lee Cochrane of King George. What a lovely photograph. It reminds me a lot of where I'm from, which is sort of North Texas. I've seen quite a few of these kind of abandoned buildings, just weather worn through the years. But this just has a really exquisite attention to detail. When you look at it very closely, you can see the old lamp that's still there right above the cross, which would have illuminated the cross. And just to see it so weathered and beaten and forgotten, and then now re-remembered by the artist, bringing it back to life, so to speak, I think is just a joy. Compositionally, it's really beautiful as well, and the valuation is great as well. And this honorable mention is Morning Motifs, oil on board by Christine Dixon of Ashburn, VA. Wow, what a technical achievement. The brushwork of this is very fine, very detailed work here. I love the composition, the sort of classic triangular composition. The movement in the background with the sort of stencil on the wall really helps lead the viewer around. A circular motion, we sort of keep continuing around and around. Very impressed with the reflected light that occurs on the different forms here, and just a very, very strong painting. Very well done. And this is another honorable mention, Mountain Fog. It's cold wax, medium, and oil by Elizabeth Shumate of Newport News, Virginia. This is a very energetic work, abstract and yet not at the same time. Again, we have this really interesting use of space. This foreground really blending back, and all the layering and scraping and highly worked surface is very intriguing to me. I feel like this artist has spent a good deal of time on this piece, working and overworking and then taking on and pulling off until they achieved a very good sense of atmosphere here. I really enjoyed this piece, use of color, and just the object quality of it is very strong. And this honorable mention is Too Hot to Handle, acrylic and collage by Ellen Wensler of Spotsylvania, Virginia. Really nice piece, great depth, kind of all over painting. The entire piece is covered with these dots and dashes, almost like code. Really appreciate the color palette, how in sync it is. And then I really enjoy also these little patches here and there of really strong kind of complementary color. And then you find these patches of collage that just sort of show up here and there, which add to this sort of textural surface and depth of the piece. Very nice work. So another honorable mention, Social Distance Mixed Media by Michael Broadway of Woodford, Virginia. Lovely piece with lots of depth and movement and whimsy. I really enjoy the transparency that occurs and the composition which moves you around from these sort of geometric shapes, these much more loose abstract shapes, back to geometric, and then down to these figures here, socially distanced, of course. Very nice, strong piece. And as honorable mention, this is derivative number 1, embroidery by Christine E. Long of Fredericksburg, Virginia. What a delicate piece, a little jewel box of a embroidered piece. It's also a painted piece. If you look on the side, the fabric on the side here is painted and then ties in numerous spots around in the front. On the side it's also painted, you can see. And so compositionally it's all tying together. Just an exquisite little piece and a very nice bit of embroidery work.
I want to thank you, Ashe, Laughlin. What a wonderful job, and thank you for taking time out of your busy teaching life to do a video for our social media. To remind our friends of the FCCA, the gallery is open to the public from Thursday through Friday, noon to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and on Sundays from 1 to 4. If you enjoyed seeing the video, you would certainly love to come in and see the actual works of art. Remember, if you like it, you can make it yours. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again next month.